It's July 2018. One Sunday morning at 7 a.m., I am sitting at my dining table sipping my morning coffee. My eyes are red because I haven't slept the whole night. Since it's a Sunday morning, everyone else at my home is asleep. There is an ominous silence around. Suddenly, one of the bedroom door opens. It's my mom. She looks at me, and even before she wishes me good morning, she knows that something is not right. So she sits next to me, gently places her hand on my forearm, leans in to ask, "Son, what's wrong?" So I tell her, "Mom, I feel like a failure. For the first time in my life, I regret quitting my job to start a business. I have used all my money to create a wonderful product. Even the dealers and distributors love it. But the price is too high for them. They cannot sell it. So my last resort, my last hope is to sell the product online directly to the customers. Mom, the thing is, I don't have money for marketing or advertisements. So I need to write a great content for my product. I need to write something which is honest, which makes my product stand apart from the crowd. But I'm not able to write anything. My head feels stuck. I cannot write anything." Listening to this, my mom immediately stands up. She goes to her room. I'm sitting right there, and I listen to the clanking of the locker that she's opening. She comes out with an old paper in her hand. I know it's an old one because it has turned pale yellow. She sits on her chair and she tells me, "Ankur, when you were in class 8th, your class teacher gave your class a surprise test in which she asked all of you to write a letter to the principal citing reasons why you could not pay fees for that month." Son, we all were middle class back then, so it was a pretty relatable topic. Someone wrote that their father had lost his job, someone wrote that their mother was sick, and so on. Easy topic. Yet you scored 0 in that. I stopped my mom. "Mom, I have heard so many motivational speakers. For the first time, I am listening to a demotivational speaker." My mom chuckled at this. "Son, don't get me wrong. You were an average student. Scoring 5 or 6 out of 10 was acceptable to us. But 0 was unacceptable to us also. Yet, for all these years, I have saved this letter. I have kept it close to me in my locker. I want you to read it." So I take that letter from her hand, I unfold it, and I read it. I read it twice. I fold it back, I keep it in my pocket, I rush to my room, I open my laptop, and I churn out the best content I had ever written. I click on the submit button, and my product is launched with a great content. Then I sit back relaxed. I take that letter out again, and I read it for the 3rd time that day. It reads, "Respected principal, my father is a rich man. Money is not a problem. This month only we bought a BMW. Hence we are short on funds to pay the fees. I am an excellent student of your school. I have won so many awards for your school. I am even getting admission offers from better schools than yours. But I want to study in this school because of my friends. Keeping these factors in mind, I hope you will excuse my fees for this month. Thanking you, yours sincerely, Ankur Oberoi." How many of you want to know the moral of the story? Show of hands. Come on. How many of you are wondering about the moral of the story? You know what? Keep wondering. I am not going to give you any moral of the story because I believe that morals terminate your thoughts about the story. Morals prevent you from wondering about so many possibilities a story can give you. You all remember that story of rabbit and the tortoise, in which tortoise wins the race and the moral of the story, slow and steady wins the race, was handed over to you in a plate. If you keep that moral aside, you will wonder, what if that race happens again and again, yet again? Will the tortoise win? No, because the rabbit would have learned from his mistake and the tortoise will lose every time. So slow and steady does not win the race. It is the fast and consistent that wins the race. If you keep that moral aside, you will ask yourself, why did the rabbit agree to participate in this race? Rabbit had nothing to prove. It's a well-known fact that rabbits are faster than tortoise. And in case the rabbit loses, he is going to lose all his reputation. So in a way, rabbit puts himself in a situation where he had nothing to gain but everything to lose. So never put yourself in such a situation. If you keep that moral aside, you will ask yourself, why did the rabbit sleep in the middle of the race? Because the challenge was not big enough. So if you want to move ahead in life, you have to challenge yourself with bigger and better things. But we missed all these learnings, didn't we? Because the moral of the story was handed over to us in a plate. And therefore, my dear friends, I am not going to give you any moral of this story. Thank you.